Well, hello, and welcome to Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. And thank you so much for joining us today. We'd love to know where everyone's tuning in from. So please tell us, where in the world are you at? Are you stationed at Oconus? Are you here in the States? Where are you? And what branches of service do we have representing us today? That's always so much fun to see who we have from across the different branches of service. So I'll take a second quickly to introduce myself. If this is your first time tuning in, I am Kate Wood. I'm a recruiter here at HireMilitary. I'm an Army veteran and a military spouse currently stationed at Eglin Air Force Base in Northwest Florida. And today I have Paul and Brandy here with me today, two of our account managers, and I'd like to take a second to let them introduce themselves as well. So welcome, Paul. Thank you for being here with us today.
Hey there, happy to be here and excited to see y'all again on another Hot Job session. My name's Paul with HireMilitary and Army veteran. First at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and then kind of all over. Former intelligence analyst, and got out and lived the civilian life. Happy with it. Happy to pay it forward to our military community, and awesome to be here.
Great, thanks so much, Paul. And Brandy.
Hey, so Brandy, so like you guys, I am former military, Army veteran myself, and military spouse. My husband is actually retired and did a skill bridge program that I helped him with because I was had a different job previously in my life. But living that great life up here in the Pacific Northwest, and happy to be here with you guys.
Great. Thanks so much, Brandy. And just as a little plug, if you're not connected with us already on LinkedIn, definitely do so. Paul Bland, Brandy Walker, Kate Wood, and then I'm sure you're all following the HireMilitary page as well. But please make sure you connect with us so you can be notified of when we have new roles, or I know a lot of our team shares great transition tips or job search advice as well. So please connect with us. And again, thank you both so much for being here. I know we have a lot of really great roles to share today. But before we get into that, I'd love to have Paul just share a little bit more about what SkillBridge is.
Yeah, happy to do that. SkillBridge is a program, especially Army folks will know what this is, a career skills program, CSP. It's a DoD-wide initiative, and it's designed for service members that are within their last 6 months of service to go out, secure an internship with a civilian company, and gain civilian work experience. It is designed to aid your transition. So it's not it's not your entire transition plan, but a very important piece of it. You are able to use the full 6 months if you want, or 3-4 months, take some terminal leave. It's kind of up to you and your schedule and your needs. But while you're doing this internship, your military pay and benefits stay in place. So you receive that income. You're able to travel if you'd like, or many service members stay where they're at and kind of do a remote position. That there's that flexibility as well. And I always tell service members this, if you compare it to just getting out looking for a full-time job, the reason why SkillBridge is so important is because it gives you that leg up in advance. You're searching in advance of yourself getting out and transitioning. You get to work for a company, get your foot in the door, network with your senior leadership at that company. And it's a culture evaluation at the same time, right? And that's one of the most important pieces of being successful in that first kind of career outside of the military is being inside of a good culture. So you get to do that. The employer gets to take a look at you as an employee. And, at the end of the day, the goal is to interview you and transition you into a full-time employee. So really great program out there. All the branches eligible, and we would love you to take advantage of it.
Great. Thank you so much for that. I know SkillBridge was not an option when I transitioned from the military, but I've heard so many great success stories of people that have really taken advantage of it and utilized it, learned a lot, and have had amazing careers post-military after that. So thank you so much for sharing more about that. And also, I'd love for you to share just how we at HireMilitary help our transitioning service members throughout that process.
Yeah, another great question. I look at us as the bridge and SkillBridge, if you will. If you're out there on your own trying to find a company, networking with a company, and then they're not DoD approved to host a SkillBridge, that's such a lengthy and complicated process. we're here to bridge that gap. In essence, we're here to host employer partners that want to have internships for our service members. We allow you to register a profile, and we work alongside with you, to find an internship that you're really going to enjoy in a location that you enjoy. So that includes collaboration with the service member in exploring opportunities. That means we're going to work with you to get you in front of the employer and coordinate that interviewing process. And then on the back end, there's the paperwork, right, that you have to take to your chain of command to get approved. And so there's that facilitation as well. We get you that packet. We work with you to get you approved through your chain of command, and then you're off to a successful internship.
That's great. And it's kind of like white glove service. We provide the candidate, the transitioning service member, everything that they need to be successful. And correct me if I'm wrong, Brandy and Paul, but I think we have about like a 95, 96% hire rate based on our skill bridges. So people that have completed their skill bridges, they receive offers for full-time permanent positions about 95% of the time with our companies, which is another really great aspect. And something we're really proud of here at HireMilitary, that it's not just an internship for those 6 months or so, but these are careers that you can step into and really create that successful transition after your military service, which is really exciting. So great. Thank you so much for that, Paul. And before we get started, before we talk more about specific roles that we'll be sharing today, tell us who you are. Are you a transitioning service member? Are you a veteran? Or I know we have a lot of military spouses that tune in as well here. So tell us which one of those you are and where you are in the process of job searching. We're here to provide information and opportunities for all groups. So we'd love to hear more about you. Are there specific roles, specific industries that you're interested in, or specific companies that you're really trying to gain more information about? We take down all of the information in the comments after these LinkedIn Lives and use it to help provide more information for you and kind of guide how we conduct these informational sessions going forward. So please share any and all information with us. We'll take a look at that right after these broadcasts and hopefully be able to answer a lot of those questions or provide roles for you in the future. Great. So also, just as another plug, all of the links to our careers page, as well as links to more information about these internships, will be in the description of this as well. So if you're viewing this after it airs live, all the links will be right in the description box for you to check out later. So let's get into it here. Brandy, I know you have a lot of great opportunities to share with us. So let's dive right in. You have a recruiter position in the DC metro area. I'd love to hear more about that.
Thanks, Kate. So I just want to add real quick about that whole doing a skill bridge and making a career out of it. My husband did do the program, and he has actually been with Microsoft for 2 years now. So, I mean, I know a lot of people say that with skill bridges and internships, it's that first kind of year coming out that is the hardest. So, he's doing really well with his internship. He's turned it, it's 2 years now, and, it's going really great. So I just wanted to put that out there I have had the experience of being that spouse with someone in that skill bridge, and to see how it has helped with that transition. It's been fantastic, just on a personal level.
Thank you.
So yeah, I do have a recruiter position with Gap Solutions. It's in Herndon, Virginia. So that's that DC area. So if you've been to DC, it's giant, but you can live anywhere and commute. in that kind of area. So they're looking for someone with at least a year experience in recruiting or human resources. So anybody with that recruiting experience, recruiting service members, helping out, the admin, HR role. They're looking for someone with your experience. A bachelor's degree is preferred, but it is not required for this position. And your responsibilities, they aren't limited to this, but you're going to be responsible for recruiting and staffing positions for headquarters and government clients. So that military background that you have, it's going to be great for this. You're going to pre-qualify candidates in the interview process, manage candidates through the interview process as well, follow up with them, take them through that whole process, kind of like what we do for you when you do your internship. So that's that Gap Solutions, that recruiter position. They're looking, it's kind of that entry level. So if you're a young soldier, sailor, if recruiting, human resources, this will get you into a great company in the beginning and get you, moving up that ladder through the years.
Great. I love hearing about roles like this. We have so many people. I know, Paul and Brandy, you probably have so many people come across your desks wanting HR, wanting recruiting, wanting talent acquisitions that have done recruiting or, been in the S1 shop or done kind of admin, personal relations type stuff. And, recruiting is different from the military on the civilian side. And positions like this are great entry points into learning more about HR and recruiting, talent acquisition. So this is an amazing internship in a great location as well, DC metro area. Thank you so much, Brandy. Great. And the next two roles you have with a company called Xylem.
Yes. So they're a water technology company. And it's not just about pumps. It's about the technology that goes behind the pumps and everything as well. I have a service shop electrical technician. So this one actually is hands-on work. It's Fort Mill, South Carolina. So it's about 30 minutes from Charlotte, North Carolina. I tried to give you guys an idea of where this is at because I hadn't heard of Fort Mill before. So 30 minutes from Charlotte. They're looking for someone with 2 to 3 years experience or training or a combination of in electrical technician. You need the ability to diagnose mechanical and electrical issues, 3-phase circuit experience, and basic knowledge of DC, electric, and circuit testing skills. So you need to have that background, electrical, mechanical kind of background. You're going to be responsible for service, repair, and maintenance of equipment at a Xylem service center. So you're not mobile, you're working within a center. And then they're willing to teach you about water pumps and the industry at Xylem. They want to bring military members in and they will teach you what you need to know, but you need to have that experience that, like I said, it's an electrical technician. So
wonderful. Thank you for that. And I know this company, they operate nationwide. And so I think there's a lot of potential for growth and experience. If you were to stay on with this company post-transition, they have locations nationwide and a lot of growth within their company too. So this is a great entry point, again, into an amazing company. Wonderful. And you have another role with them, a customer experience specialist.
I do. So the customer experience specialist is kind of a sales role. You're going to be working in a retail rental setting. So not retail, but rental setting. So it's in Livonia, Michigan. So it's around 30 to 40 minutes northeast of Ann Arbor, Michigan, or 25 minutes west of Detroit. And so Again, I wanted to give you an idea of where it was because to me, never heard of it. Michigan, yes. Livonia, no. So, it is kind of a midway point between those two spots. They're looking for someone, a high school graduate, effective interpersonal skills with customers, employees. So working with your fellow service members, having those skills to work with them, it's very, very applicable to transition over into this role. Microsoft Office proficient, solid math skills, and prior experience in a rental environment is preferred, but not required. So the customer service experience specialist works in a rental environment and will assist customers with their Xylem product selection and availability, order entry, product delivery, and return and invoicing. So it is sales, kind of admin, just being customer relations.
That's great. These customer facing roles, I think, are really wonderful for our military members to kind of see, just the differences and the way that business operates, in the corporate or civilian sector. Having sales experience, sales is one of the most marketable skills, I think. I think Paul has talked about that before with several of his other roles that he shared before, but having sales experience, being able to be customer facing and really gaining a lot of those soft skills are really marketable in many different industries. So that's a great role as well. Thank you so much, Brandy, for sharing those 3 roles. And again, if you're interested in any of these positions specifically, you can just type the actual name of the role or even the company that the role is with. Brandy shared 3 different roles: a recruiter role, a service shop electrical technician, and then a customer experience specialist. You can tag those titles right into the chat. We'll know exactly what to reach out to you about. Or if you know someone, maybe they're not able to tune in live with us today, but you know someone that might be interested or a fit for one of these roles, please tag them in the chats as well. We can reach out to them directly after this with more information or to answer any questions that they might have as well. Thank you so much, Brandy, for sharing those roles. And Paul, love to bring you on and have you share some of the positions that you're openly recruiting for right now.
Absolutely. Let's do it. The first opportunity that I'll talk about is much like the Gap Solutions opportunity. It's just with a different company. Black Spoke. They are in IT consultancy in Arlington or Washington, D.C. Much like the Gap Solutions position, you're going to be a recruiting intern. And so you're working on the inside, the internal of their company to bring on talent to their team so that they can grow. Again, your military experience will come in handy here because the majority of Black Spoke's work is with federal contracts. So in fact, that's kind of the design of this internship, is to start on the internal side, allow you to get that experience. And then once you're out of the full-time service and you're on terminal leave or the internship is expired, then they can move you more into the federal contracting side of things if that's the way you want to go. So your knowledge of just the federal space in general will come in handy, because a lot of the clients that they're recruiting will come from that space, right? Because they'll be working in it. Bachelor's degree does come in handy, but it's not mandatory. They are very flexible in terms of allowing your military experience count towards the relevant experience section. So again, if you're a recruiter looking to continue that type of work, HR, S1, personnel, if you're looking for the DC area, these are two great opportunities for you to get involved. Do a little research on the company and figure out which one of those you like.
Great. Thank you so much. I love hearing about companies that are willing to kind of take what people have done in the military and work with it and, just help them to discover where they can really be successful post-military service. So this is a great opportunity with a great company. It sounds like Black Spoke, that recruiting intern position. Great. Thank you so much. And the next position you have, or internship, is available is in Minnesota. I'd love to hear more about it.
Yeah, Plymouth. It is right outside of Minneapolis.
Great.
Yeah, to give you a better idea of the location. So Satellite Industries is a veteran-owned company. They are in the construction space. So they are heavy into blast-resistant construction. A lot of the offices that you see on construction sites, Satellite builds those. And they're also in the portable sanitary business. So they build those units as well. So on construction sites and all over, right? This position in particular is up in Plymouth, Minnesota. And it's not, it's kind of indirect in regards to, you're not building those units or on a construction site necessarily, but what you're going to do is help build the trucks that service those facilities. So the trucks that go around and service the portable restrooms that go to the construction sites and beyond, you're going to build those truck units that do that. So all of the automotive skills required to do this position, that those will come in handy, because you're not only kind of constructing a unit, but you're repairing vehicles, you're servicing vehicles. It's in their automotive type of section. So if you have that type of experience, if you're looking for that experience, I know welding, it's not mandatory, but that is beneficial to have those skills. It's a great opportunity. Minneapolis, not a lot of service members may think of that as a big city, but it's one of the top 10 as far as I remember. So it's a growing area, growing industry. Construction's on fire right now, so
it
great
is
opportunity for those service members.
Yeah, I love these positions. And I think a lot of times, we see different trends within job searching or what candidates are really looking for, but these roles will not go away. They still need people to service equipment and to be, that have that mechanical aptitude. And we have so many service members that transition with mechanical skill sets. And so this is a great opportunity just to use what you've learned in the military to segue into a great career. And Minneapolis is a booming city. I think it's been ranked, like you mentioned, top 10 in a lot of places for people in the last several years. So that's a great role. Thank you so much for that. And let's jump to the next role you have that's right outside of Philadelphia.
Yeah, Fort Washington. Philadelphia is a better city to reference there. It's essentially a suburb of Philly. Fife Systems and Software, they are a small company, I would say, 70 or 80 people. They're a software development company. And so what they do is they build software to enhance business processes. You're talking about cloud storage, image documenting, any types of those business processes that can be streamlined. They build the software and the programming to create custom business solutions around that. So this position in particular is a solutions architect. So it's a little bit of, I'd say it's three things, right? It's a little bit of project management, it's a little bit of consultation, and it's a little bit of your tech and IT. It's a great combination. You're taking Fithe's product and its software, becoming really familiar with it, and then going and working with the clients that use that software to figure out how to optimize it. You might be working with a new client one day where you're kind of onboarding them, familiarizing them with the software and taking a lot of good notes, right? Figuring out, okay, this is how this business operates in particular. I know XYZ about this software. This is probably how I'm going to suggest they use this. Or it might be a company that's upgrading, kind of the same deal. But, you'll use those types of skills in this position. I think it's a pretty cool position. Philly's a great city. Fife, in working with them, their goal is to get you where you want to grow into. So you might start off as a solutions consultant, through the internship. They might figure out, your project management skills are A+. So they might kind of shift you into more of a role of that nature. Or, maybe your end design of your internship is to get to more of a software testing type of role. They'll work with you to kind of mold you into what you want to become. So that's what I really like about Fife. If you're familiar with software development lifecycle, if you have some general scripting like HTML, JavaScript, there's some low level programming involved with this position, not a lot, that will come in handy. But yeah, looking for some IT folks that want to get more into project management and some software solutions.
That's great. Love hearing about roles like this, especially companies that are willing to work with people to get them where they want to be, which is amazing. Thank you so much. And the last role you have is a protective services officer.
Yes, brand new. I posted it yesterday. And this is with a company called Emergent Biosolutions. They are in the biopharmaceutical area, but this position has nothing to do with that. You are protective services. So you are maintaining the security around premises. This position in particular is in Rockville, which is closer to DC than it is Baltimore. But, sort of in that area. They have facilities all over. This would be in their Rockville, Maryland plant. Much like a MP, Master at Arms, security specialists, be perfect for this position. You would be maintaining their security plans, protecting not only Emergent's property, but the goodwill of the people that are visiting those facilities. It's just the all around good security type position. And I know we've seen some folks on here that have looked for those positions, and I would consider this position a little more rare than not. So if you're looking for the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, this might be the right role for you.
Great. Yeah, you're right. These are rare roles to come through. We have a lot of people looking for physical security type roles, but having an internship with one, especially in a metro area like the DC, Baltimore metro area, is great to see as well. So if anyone is interested in any of the roles that Paul mentioned, the recruiting intern, the truck and automotive tech, the solutions architect, or the protective services officer, please type that into the chat. Or tag someone that might be interested in those. We will definitely reach out to them specifically following this so they can get more information about these internships. And if you didn't hear something that you are interested in looking for a SkillBridge internship, we have over 250 internships available on our website. So please take a look. Again, that link is in the description that can take you right there, or you can reach out with one of our account managers and they can kind of guide you in that direction, the right direction as well. We have a couple more minutes here, and I just want to share a couple roles that we have available for full-time permanent employment. The first being environmental health and safety roles that we just took on this week. We're looking for an environmental health and safety specialist and an environmental health and safety manager. I know we have a lot of military roles that work directly in environmental health, and these positions might be just the right fit for you. They're both located in 2 different locations in New York. So if this seems like something that might be interesting for you, I'd love to be able to provide more information for you on that. So if you're interested, just type in environmental health and safety roles into the chats, and I can definitely provide more information for you on those. And then we also have some entry-level logistics roles located throughout Virginia, 2 different locations in Virginia. These are great roles for someone that might not have education or just looking to kind of dive into logistics, like dive into warehousing. These are entry-level roles, and they come with a $3,000 retention bonus that's paid out within your first year of employment with the company. So these are really great, exciting roles for someone that's wanting to relocate to Virginia. And again, these are full-time permanent positions, entry-level logistics. Please type that in the chats if you're interested, and I will reach out with more information regarding those roles. And we have more roles open on our careers page. We have over 60 open roles that are located nationwide, as well as some fully remote roles as well. The link to our careers page is in the description as well. So please check that out if you're looking. You might not fit into that SkillBridge timeline and you're transitioning, or maybe you're a veteran or a military spouse looking for full-time employment. We have a variety of roles, and we'd love to provide more information on those. So Paul, Brandon, do you guys have anything to close out with? Brandy, anything to leave our transitioning service members with today?
Definitely. As always, we would encourage you to check your spam or your junk mail. So no matter what we do or try, things sometimes end up there. So please make sure you check your spam and your junk mail, just because, you could be missing out on something great, because we email, we constantly source, we email, we DM on LinkedIn. So just, make sure you follow up.
Absolutely.
We're happy to help.
That is great advice. And that goes for not just our company, Mike, but I know others as well. If you submit an application, check your spam folder. You never know where those emails or an invite to interview might end up. So that's great advice. Paul, you have anything to leave our listeners with?
Yeah, I would say that I would encourage people to consider the nationwide remote roles. Each time you use our filters and search our database, kind of reset those filters. Take some time. You might be looking for a very specific location that we don't have an on-site internship necessarily. But if you reset the filters and search only by nationwide remote on location, that'll bring up all of the internships that can be done from any location. You can be in Hawaii, you can be in New York, you can be in Texas, wherever. Those remotes are often able to be done from any location. So that might give you some more flexibility in terms of finding an internship that works for your timeline and your needs. So definitely search those options as well.
Great. Love that. Love that so much. Thank you so much, Paul and Brandy, for being here again with us today. Thank you, everyone for tuning in. We love being able to provide opportunities for our military community, whether that's SkillBridge internships or placing you into a full-time permanent role with one of our amazing corporate partners. So thank you again for tuning in. We'll be here every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, sharing more SkillBridge internships and direct hire positions as well. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for another Hot Jobs with HireMilitary.